You can't cut no corners. You can't go and you can't, you know, it ain't gonna happen like that. It's only one way you're gonna get to it, and you gotta earn it. So you gotta really go hard. How dedicated are you? How dedicated are you? How much are you willing to commit?
Goals becoming you.
Get into the rose. So, you know, our slogan, assets over liability, that's what we live by. So what is an asset? What is a liability to you? Like, how do you define an asset? How do you define a liability?
I'm gonna be honest, you know, I think depending on the role you play and who you are, what's a liability for one brother could be an asset for another. You understand? Let's say me owning a private jet, 15 passenger, you know, let's say if it was $5.5 million. For one individual, that could be a liability. But the position I'm in, it could be an asset. And not just based on the money I get or my salary, but the individuals that surround me that I know would also lease this jet when I'm not using it. You know what I mean? So it's money we could get. We could take care of the maintenance, the pilot, the steward, everybody based on letting, you know, another dude or two make a move once or twice a month.
Who inspired you though, coming up?
What
I'm trying to get to is,
right.
You do a lot of shit, bro.
Right.
Like from your businesses, everything that you're doing, I know you give back a whole lot to the crib.
Right.
Who inspired you to get that hustling mentality? Because that's all you're doing right now, you're hustling.
Yeah.
You've been hustling.
I'm grinding, I appreciate the love, but me, myself, I just was always a sponge. It don't matter where it came from, what color it was. If it was something I could take from it or learn from it, I'm gonna try my best to sponge. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try my best to learn from it. So I took from everything.
Right.
You could have been a dude down the street. You could have been a mechanic. You could have been the Jamaican people next to me, you know what I'm saying, who brought the goats to the crib and showed me what, you know, what that love was. Or you could just been a MC. I remember watching Rakim with the Gucci jackets on. You know what I'm saying? I knew I wanted one of them. I gotta get one of them. You know what I mean? So I just took from whatever it was and just applied it to the game.
I want to know about the come up all the way through the struggle to where you are today.
That's what I love the most. Coming from the mud to the marble. First thing I do want to make clear is we all gotta accept the fact that whatever we have going on in our mind is what fills our heart. That's what fills our heart. So if all you think about all day is hate, the bullshit, that's what's gonna consume your life. So you gotta really go hard. How dedicated are you? How dedicated are you? How much are you willing to commit? My mother from Mississippi, my father from Florida. I know what it's like to really have to work hard. I seen it. I saw people living 3-4 houses down from me. Their father had a 500 Mercedes SEL with the windshield wiper on the headlights. Not the fucking windshield, the headlights. My dad had a Buick. I say, damn, what I gotta do to ride in one of those? But guess what? Whatever we gotta do, I'm willing to do it. I'm gonna sacrifice it all. So, if you wanna do business with a boss, you gotta be ready to sacrifice it all. Because in the real world, your goals don't give a fuck about your excuses. I've been in a room with multimillionaires and been speaking to myself saying, if this motherfucker could do it, I know I can do it. So really, a lot of times it only comes down to you being the best version of yourself. You got to be the best version of yourself. That begins with your health. That begins with your mindset. What are you willing to commit? One of my big homies told me when I was a young nigga, whatever you was eating when you had $10, when you got 10,000, you should still eat it sometime. I'll never forget that. That's why I sell chicken wings.
So it's interesting. So like literally, those investments not only is it a good investment, but it was to
That's
give you
right.
a reminder of where you came from and what it was.
I could afford to have a lobster restaurant. I could sell steaks.
Yeah.
I could go get some shit called rosés, nigga. Sirloin prime rib. But I don't want that. I want some shit everybody can have. Come on, pull up. Get you a 10-piece on. Yeah.
You the finished product of Ross. Right. I need you with people listening, up and coming, no matter what craft or specifics you want to do. Explain to the people at home that see this, the discipline it takes to even reach this part, instead of trying to do it quick or trying to find
everybody
a quick
want it
hustle.
overnight.
You can't cut no corners. You can't go and you can't, you know, it ain't gonna happen like that. It's only one way you're gonna get to it, and you gotta earn it. You gotta earn it. And I did, you know, I wrote raps, I wrote verses, I wrote songs for over a decade and had never earned a penny. And of course, it was
How long you wrote for?
over a decade.